In this video, you're going to learn 3 different tips that we have figured out over running our website and online business for over 7 years. I'm John. This is Susie. We run a website called startamomblog.com. We've helped over 100,000 moms start and grow successful and profitable businesses online. Yeah. If you're new to the channel, by the way, hit that subscribe button and the bell. Forgot about that part. And go ahead, Susie.
Sorry, we're not perfect at this, but we really love doing it, and we're a great team. So if we mess up sometimes, hey, guys, it's life. This is what we do. If you have your own digital product or physical product, please leave a comment below with the name of it. So that we can kind of see what you guys are calling your product. If you need any help or tips or ideas from other people, we'd be happy to come back into the comments and kind of give you some advice. So that's why we want comments. Yeah, to see what you name your product, because it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And if you're tuning in live, please be sure to leave that in the live chat as well so we can chat with you after this video is completed. So before we dive into the 3 tips, I want to tell you a short little story. So like I said, we've launched dozens of digital products over the course of almost a decade, and some have taken off immediately like a rocket. Some have kind of dwindled and not done the best and needs a little kickstart. And that happened rather recently with us. So even after you've been doing this for a while, this can still happen. The name is so important. So we launched a product recently and we called it the 100 Steps to Success. To us, it made total sense.
What does that mean?
We want you to be successful. Obviously, you do a blog, right? Well, that's not obvious to everyone. So you need to make sure that when you come up with your name, that you know who you're talking to, that it's we'll get into all the tips in just a second. So we rebranded it. We renamed it. You'll learn about the name at the end of this video. And immediately sales took off and it became one of our best-selling products very, very quickly. So be sure to pay attention to these 3 tips. And Susie, what is the first one?
All right. So the first tip when you're deciding on the name for your digital or physical product is to make it clear. And again, remember these tips could even apply to your freebie or your blog post as well. So think outside the box. You want your product name to be very clear. Like the 100 steps, we called our product that. It made no sense to everybody else. It made a lot of sense to me. So my diehard followers bought it because they knew it would be a good product. I just didn't name it correctly, and that's understandable. So thank you to my amazing fans who bought it on just knowing and having trust in us. Another product where I was really confused in the beginning and like, why are we buying this is called the Blue Yeti. It's actually a microphone, and I had no idea what the heck a Blue Yeti was. Like I thought it was the Yeti cups. So like I didn't want to buy it because I didn't know what it was. And I think that you're able to have a name that's a little bit more obscure, like Apple, when you have a big brand or a big marketing budget, and you can like convince people, okay, this is what an Apple is. This is a computer. It's not really an Apple. So, but when you're small, like most people starting their small from home businesses, make your product name very clear. Blog by number, right? That's our main course called Blog by Number. The next one is Printables by Number, teaching you how to make printables. Do you have another very clear name for a product?
Launch your business in 30 days or less. Like it could be as simple as the promise that you are delivering. Like every transformation, every product you're making is hoping to achieve a result, is giving a desirable result to your customer. That can be the title of your product. That's okay. It may not be the sexiest title in the world, but it's clear, they know what they're getting, and that's what you want when you're first getting started.
Definitely.
Cool.
Definitely.
So number 2 is you also want your title to be catchy. So while I said launch your business in 30 days or less, like that might not be the catchiest of names. So I have a couple of ideas that you can implement to make sure that your product is as catchy as possible. Okay. So back in high school, kind of dredge up those old memories of English class and literature class. There's a few little things you can do inside of the language to make your titles really stand out. You can use alliteration. That's using the same letters at the same time. So amazing alligator or crazy good copywriting. Anything like that that allows you to use the same words together, it makes it really stand out a bit more than that. Okay. The second thing you can do is, in general, cacophony. That's a term that not many people really know what means anymore, but it's using those hard, harsh sounds like K's and C's. I think that's about it.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Spandex.
Spandex.
Kmart. I think Spandex is in it. Or was Spanx? That's the one.
Spanx.
Spanx.
Yeah. blogs with Spanx. That could be your next product idea. Anyways, in general, you want your product to sound out, and you want it to feel strong when you're saying it. You want it to be memorable. So if you can combine clarity with being catchy, you're already most of the way there, because they know what they're getting and they can remember it because you're using catchy alliteration or cacophony along the way. All right, what's number 3, Susie?
Number 3 is keep it concise. I know so often, like, you don't know the exact name to call your product, so you're using more words than necessary because you don't have that catchy name yet, that catchy, clear name. Keeping it concise also helps you to buy a shorter URL so that people remember it easier, and it's straight to the point. So the 100 Steps to Success, our product that we called it initially, it was a mouthful, right? It's too long. It's not very clear. It's just too much. So the way that we came up with the better name was I just explained to John what the product does. So I went through and like, this is the goal that I want people to achieve once they go through this product. This is how I explain it. And from those words, he listened and he pulled out the perfect name for the product. So I saw in some of the comments here, you guys have a product, but it has too many words, like 7 or what. It's just a mouthful, right? Go to your friends and explain it to them, and maybe they can help you come up with a really good name.
Yeah, that's huge, because so oftentimes you can't see the forest for the trees because you're in it. You're through and through, and Susie couldn't see anything aside from what she just had. And if, as you're talking to your friends and they're giving you some ideas, if you feel like there's still something missing, if maybe they have a nice, catchy, concise title, but it doesn't really get everything you want, the cheat code here, like the little workaround, is you can have a tagline. You could say the Little Product Launch Kit. Everything you need to launch and scale your first digital product business in 30 days or less. Like
100 steps.
And you and your 100 steps. But you can have that tagline where that's not what they're going to remember. But when they read your sales page, the first thing they're going to read is your catchy title. The second thing is going to be that tagline, which helps define and really package it up in a nice little bow. Cool?
Yeah, it's perfect. So you want to finish the story?
Yes. So we launched the 100 steps, right? And it didn't do that great. But then we relaunched it and we called it the Little Product Launch Kit. And I'll kind of show the sales page here for you. And this has been doing extremely well for us. We've had hundreds and hundreds of students get into this. And what this essentially does is it does give you 100 actionable steps to achieve success. But success with what, right? So the clarity is we help you launch your first digital product business. And we give you the templates. If you're not a designer, which I am not, Susie is, I am definitely not. We give you all the templates you need to create your mock-ups, your beautiful product templates. If you want to sell an ebook, the ebook template is there. Everything you need to really grow and scale this thing, including the marketing pieces as well. How do you write the emails? How do you design the sales pages? All that stuff is included.
Yeah. So it went from the 100 smart steps to success to be called the Little Product Launch Kit, which just makes so much more sense. I didn't have to change any of the content. The course content and the product is still amazing, but the name was pretty unclear, not catchy, and not concise. So we changed it to being clear, catchy, and concise, and it did so much better because people actually knew what they were purchasing. And when somebody lands on your sales page or your freebie page and they're confused, the confused buyer never buys.
So true.
Yeah.
If you have too many options, if there's too much in it, even if your product includes too much, sometimes actually having too much is not a good idea. And that's a topic for another video, which we'll cover for sure later on. But keep it clear, keep it catchy, keep it concise, and it will sell way better than if you're struggling right now.
Right.
All right. So I'm John. This is Susie. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, like, bell, share, all that fun stuff. And be sure to, subscribe to our channel so you can come enjoy with us live. We're going to stop this video now and hang out with all the, dozens and dozens and dozens of people that are here with us live and help them with their product idea. If you want this as well,